A rare rainbow-like phenomenon was seen over parts of Japan on May 22nd. Japan Meteorological Agency said the circumhorizontal arc was visible at about 10:30 a.m. local time in Shizuoka Prefecture, central Japan, and some other areas. The agency said the arc is created when sunlight is refracted by thin clouds made up of ice crystals. The arc can only be observed a few times a year, mainly in summer when the sun is high in the sky. Another rare phenomenon, a halo around the sun, was also visible. Krishnachura flower in the summer splash color in nature more than any other flowers. Nowadays, under the baking hot sun street, walkers can witness bright red Krishnachura throughout the capital Dhaka in Bangladesh. Krishnachura is the most familiar flower of this season in Bangladesh. Writers of this country have mentioned this flower in their rhymes and poetry as simile up in times. This eye-catching flower came in Bangladesh from Madagascar. Krishnachura are in full bloom during April to June. A pair of premium melons from Hokkaido, northern Japan, has fetched a price of 1.5 million yen, or about $12,500 in this year's first auction for the fruit. They are among 42 Yubari brand melons auctioned at a wholesale market in Sapporo City. The melons are grown by farmers in Yubari City. An association of Yubari melon farmers said this year's melons taste sweet, and they thank the good weather after a period of cold temperatures that slightly retarded the growth of the fruit. Yubari melons at the season's first auctions over the past 10 years have fetched an average price of about 1.4 million yen, or about $11,700 for a pair. Shipments of Yubari melons will peak in mid-July and continue until early September. The Workers' Association expects to ship about 4,300 tons, which is about the yearly average. More than 100 volumes of a Register for Atomic Bomb Victims in Hiroshima have undergone an annual airing before Japan's rainy season begins. 16 Hiroshima city officials offered a silent prayer in front of a cenotaph at 8:15 a.m. local time, the time that the bomb was dropped on August 6, 1945. They then took out the register from storage in a stone chamber. 106 of the books contain the names of 292,325 Hibakusha, or atomic bomb victims, who had died by August 5th of last year. Yet another book is dedicated to many others whose names are unknown. The city officials, wearing gloves, add the volumes page by page, checking for damage. Hiroshima city official Nobuto Sugiura said that ahead of the 70th anniversary of the bombing, they renewed their awareness that nuclear weapons are inhumane. He also said Hiroshima will further step up efforts to eliminate nuclear arms. The annual work of adding the names of those who died on or after August 6 of last year, as well as newly identified victims, will begin in mid-June. The list will be placed in the chamber during the Peace Memorial Ceremony on the anniversary. Inter-Korean tensions are rising as North Korea is believed to have completed building a bunker-style military facility on Gull Island, an uninhabited islet near South Korea's Yongpyong Island on the Yellow Sea. Gull Island, which sits just north of South Korea's Yongpyong Island, is located even closer to the two Koreas' maritime border than Korea's Jangjae Island that is home to a frontline unit. Starting in March, North Korea is believed to have broke ground on Gal Island, which is just 4.5 kilometers away from Yongpyong Island. And in recent days, at least 5 bunker-style military camps are believed to have finished construction. The South Korean military speculates that multiple rocket launchers, or MRLs, will be installed at the camps. North Korea's 122mm MRLs have a range of about 20 kilometers. That covers a South Korean Marine Corps unit stationed at Yongpyong Island, as well as South Korean warships conducting surveillance and patrol operations in waters south of Yongpyong. If the North launches provocations using long-range artillery, the South plans to strike the origin of the attack using spike missiles deployed on its 5 northwestern border islands. Military tensions are escalating around the western border islands due to North Korea's provocative actions this year, including conducting exercises targeting South Korean islands and nighttime shooting drills near the northern limit line, as well as erecting the multiple rocket launcher base on Gal Island. The Palace Museum in Beijing will launch a pilot scheme to limit the daily admissions at 80,000 beginning June 13. According to the museum's announcement, the Palace Museum, also known as the Forbidden City, will impose a real name registration system for ticket buying. All the group tour ticket booking will be carried out online, and the traditional site ticket purchase booths will be cancelled. Director of the Palace Museum, Shang Jixiang, said the admission control is a must to protect the security of both the cultural relics and tourists. As a renowned world cultural heritage with a history of some 600 years, the Palace Museum received more than 10 million visitors annually in recent years. Statistics show during the last 3 years, the museum's annual average number of visitors has exceeded 15 million, way more than its counterparts such as the Louvre and the British Museum. According to Shan, travelers' enthusiasm has caused great pressure on the Palace Museum's service quality and safety control. Meanwhile, Shan said the Palace Museum is also steadily opening more places within the Imperial Palace previously out of bound to tourists. Since the palace was established as a museum in 1925, most of its western part, which was known as the female section for the Empress family, has been closed to the public, but it will be open to visitors by September this year. A zoo in southeast China's Fujian province announced a birthday celebration plan for 35-year-old panda Ba Si, the oldest artificial bred giant panda in the Chinese mainland. Her birthday will fall in November. As she had served as the mascot of the 1990 Beijing Asian Games, the birthday celebrations will include the production of a documentary film and cartoons about her story. A 35-year-old panda is equivalent to an over 100-year-old human being. She now suffers from gerontal diseases, including hypertension, cataract, and epilepsy. Ant-eaters that use spoons to feed themselves have become new stars at a zoo north of Tokyo. Nasu Animal Kingdom and the resort town of Nasu, Tochigi Prefecture, began displaying in March a male and a female collared ant-eater. Both are about 2 years old. The toothless, long-tongued animals from South America are fed poultry meat and fruit that is blended into a paste. The zoo initially placed their food in a long container attached to a tree, but the anteaters would pester their keepers while they waited for their meal. One day, the zookeepers gave the animals the spoon they used to scoop the paste. To their amazement, the anteaters were able to hold the spoon in their long clawed front paws and lick off the paste. Visitors to the zoo find the spoon-licking anteaters adorable. Tens of thousands of people have been flocking to Chung Chau Island for the annual Bun Festival, an event featuring parades and of course the exciting scramble up the Bun Towers at the stroke of midnight. The colourful festival, combining cultural and religious traditions, provides an array of family fun. The floating children parade proved to be a popular sight. Thousands lined the streets to watch as children dressed in vibrant and creative costumes passed by. In the ceremony which represents the parade, held centuries ago to drive away the plague, children were dressed up as traditional deities, government officials and celebrities. Highlighting social issues in Hong Kong, these two kids were dressed as Chief Secretary for Administration Carrie Lam and Democratic Party member Albert Ho, and some were even dressed as parallel traders. Business was also good for bakeries selling peace buns, but some restaurants owners said there was a drop in the number of visitors this year. In the age of digital media, portable music players have become an ubiquitous part of their lives. But nothing can replace the crackly warmth of a vinyl LP record spinning on a turntable, the gentle throb of stereo speakers, the dusty aroma of colorfully decorated album covers. Although the record industry is long gone in Korea, the markets still remain frequented by enthusiastic record collectors. This LP Music Cafe plays nostalgic songs that were popular many years ago. To people who enjoyed LP music when they were young, even the sound of the needle is like part of the music. Unlike digital music, LP music is comforting even when you listen to it all day long. To the generation more used to MP3 players, LP music offers a newfound charm. High-quality music is available on CDs and YouTube, but the uneven noise of LP music makes it more charming. LP music contains unedited recorded performances of multiple instruments played together in one place in a single session.